Oh, there we go. All right, looks like we're live.
Wow.
Does that work?
Let this fucking load up a little
Air
bit.
caressing this thing. Where's the other button?
There's two buttons in this strap.
Got it.
Yeah, but this strap needs to be through that loop.
Stop telling me how to play with my straps, Dad.
Well, why don't you fucking get your strap on, Dave? I'm getting a notification of the old one. Tag me in a video that's mini live.
Here we are.
That's interesting.
A mini live.
Make sure you guys mute all of your devices.
It is on.
Including you, viewers. Mute your shit.
Ouch.
Don't listen to a
Just
thing
watch
you say.
us. We do great when we're
Watch
watching.
me now. Watch me now. Watch me now. Watch me now.
Oh, man.
Just sit back, everybody. Just
All right. Well,
watch your little screen and
Go see Love You, bro. Miss you.
watch the cooling effects of the Goon Squad podcast in week 9.
17.
week 17, we think. Show number 17.
We are on show
Go get
17
yourself a box of wine,
and a calendar.
a case of wine, or
Put your feet up.
a case of beer, whatever.
We're going to take care of you tonight. We're going to make you feel like you're drinking a beer with us here at
Yeah.
the bar.
We're gonna say all the sweet things that your significant other doesn't say to you.
We're going to whisper it directly into your ear holes.
I took out the trash.
I'll do the dishes.
Oh man.
All right.
All right, guys. Week 17 or so, we fucking completely lost track of what the fuck we're doing. We're down here at the Reunion Inn in Seabury, Charlotte, or I keep saying Charlotte, Irondequoit, New York.
Breeze.
Point Breeze.
Point Bay.
Point. Yeah.
I think that's funny that all these little towns kind of appear out of nowhere on the rim of the lake, and they're only there for the lake. Like, you know that somebody just didn't want to drive anymore in a boat, and they were like, "This is a town now. Where is it? Alcott. What is that? I don't know. It's where we are.
It's
thing.
Seabreeze.
People live now, and then
I didn't realize this whole area was Seabreeze. I just thought Seabreeze was an amusement park, and that was it.
I don't know if it's actually called Seabreeze though.
I've heard people reference this area as Seabreeze. I live down at Seabreeze. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and share our video so people can watch.
Yeah, that's a good
that's
idea.
a good
And
idea.
everyone that's watching right now should share it too as well.
and invite your friends.
Invite your friends.
Tell
make
your
everyone
tell
watch
your
it.
grandma to get up her
Broadcast.
dial-up modem running.
Call up your mom and say, "Mom, would you get on the podcast? Would you get on the podcast, Mom?"
Would you just look at it?
Would you just look at it? If anybody is watching, can you tell us our audio is coming in okay? I mean, I can test it myself, but I'm a lazy motherfucker.
How about the hair? How's the hair looking?
I want to make sure we sound good to
the
you
right
guys
stuff.
too.
Catch
Okay.
me from this angle. No, catch me from this angle. Now catch me outside. How about that?
You can catch us outside after the podcast. We will be outside sending autographs, T-shirts, titties.
Whoa.
I mean, each other's,
The T word.
but whatever you guys want to do.
I feel like we haven't done this in a while, but now's a good time if no other. Your mom just joined, so cheers to Dave's mom.
Oh, today's mom.
Hello,
Threw me a
Mom.
lovely party yesterday.
Hi.
Eats lots of broccoli, Mom.
Eats lots of broccoli.
All right, Karen, seeing that you are the only person paying attention right now, can you hear us all right?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us now?
I'm loading.
Why is this happening to
I'm
me?
always loading.
Because everybody's on. If you guys are on your cell phone, stay off of Wi-Fi because it'll bog us down. So the only Wi-Fi that we really want to be using,
Offline.
You need to dedicate that Wi-Fi, boy.
it's got to be dedicated Wi-Fi, bro.
I'm gonna have to watch the comments from the screen, so
You can watch them on your phone.
I keep saying broadcast interrupted on my phone, but it's not up here, so
That's working fine for me. It's just going super slow. No, I got it. That's working fine on mine. That's really weird that I got a mirror next to me and I can see my reflection when I go like this. So
make sure you look good at all times.
I mean, duh. Look at
So we should probably put some content in this video now.
yeah.
So just chatting, looking at it.
Well, yeah,
This is what it's like before we do anything. We got here and literally just started setting up and haven't had a chance to sit down and
talk about
hash out the stupid things that actually make, like, it's like coworkers. Like, you don't get a chance to sit down and be like, "Oh, before we start this show, let me tell you a few things about last night."
Yeah.
We should absolutely start this with apology. Sorry, we are 30 minutes late into starting.
Oh, sorry that we can't apologize. Sorry.
What?
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, we don't apologize for
We're
anything.
sorry. We're
do this
back.
on our,
We're
we, do,
here.
we do this on our own time. We don't apologize to people.
We don't get paid.
I
We don't
am
get-
apologizing
We don't get. Do I?
Nobody's
because
paying
we
me for
broadcast.
this.
You're not getting paid, bro.
Wait.
Check my bank account.
They actually just moved my desk into the basement.
Yeah.
So
They took our stapler. Fucking first of all, today is Tuesday. And, 2 days ago we had a little birthday boy.
yesterday.
Yesterday was our birthday boy.
Oh,
Dave writes 32nd birthday. So,
32nd. I'm 35 now, actually.
yeah.
More mature. I know about the world. I'm wiser.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you. I've been really not working out.
Yeah. I've been working out my mental physique.
I've been working a lot, but not really working out. It depends on who you ask. If my boss were to see this, he'd think I'm not working at all.
Yeah. So how does 32 feel? A lot like 31, I'm assuming.
You know, I made a post on Facebook about how you can't measure love and all that nonsense, which is great, and I truly believe that. But it to me doesn't feel any different. I feel like after 24, nothing really feels any different when you get older.
You got nothing to look forward to other than retirement
Except
at this
the
point.
aches and pains.
You're like, well, I guess I'll go around the sun one more time. That sounds like a good time.
I remember somebody wrote that on your wall, like, enjoy your next voyage around the sun. I was like,
It was one of my favorite comments. I really enjoyed that one.
I'll give him credit for that. It was original,
I feel.
but not original at the same time.
Do you guys rate your happy birthdays? Like when people they post like HBD, I'm like, okay, like it.
Boring.
People will be like, happy birthday, and they'll write it out. And I'm like, all right, I appreciate that. I'll like it. But then every now and then somebody will be like, happy birthday, bro. Remember that time we got drunk and you lost your shoes? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I leave a comment, thank you.
I remember it like it was last year.
That rates me to actually respond physically. I do remember that smiley face.
I don't rate my birthday comments, but I do every year get a little bit happier with how many more I get.
Oh my God, I'm so greedy.
I am. Like, I count it because after so many, Facebook will just tell you 97 friends posted on your wall, and then there's like 6 more that are still popping up. So I'm like, oh, there's like
We were on a
100.
super delay.
How many more is going to come in because it's only like 10 o'clock in the morning?
We are at a minute and 50. Okay, now we're just jumping up to 6:23. I was just looking at my feed. It said 1 minute 50. We're talking about Seabreeze still.
Yeah, we always
I'm
get
just
slow.
checking our audio levels.
Check the level because something's coming over me.
Sounds fucking good to me, motherfuckers. All right, so we're talking about Dave's birthday for
No,
everybody.
we were talking about Facebook likes on your
Oh
birthday.
yeah, well I'm leading into it. Dave was talking about his birthday and how people rate, what people rate on your Facebook wall. Normally, I'll just fucking call you or fucking something stupid like
consistently will either leave me something meaningful or you'll call me.
that. Yeah,
Never
I know.
called me.
I got
Yeah, I
two
know.
FaceTimes this week, or yesterday. So when somebody FaceTimes me, I'm excited and I'm terrified at the same time.
Because you
I'm like,
never
oh,
know what you're
God,
going to be wearing. I got to put my pants back on.
I'm not ready to be in the public eye.
There's still mustard. Oh, shit.
Hey, speaking of mustard, I had Bill Gray's yesterday. It was delicious.
Yeah?
I was still scrubbing mustard off my fingers this morning.
Oh.
I love fucking Bill Gray's.
I was trying to remember one of them. My father took me for my birthday on the 2nd. And
Like your second birthday?
no, it was the 2nd of July.
Oh.
And he got me a
Hot day?
cheeseburger, and it was the closest to an Ultimate Jack cheeseburger I've ever had in New York. Oh, I'm so excited. Do you know what an Ultimate Jack cheeseburger is?
No, but it sounds delicious.
So there's
Break it down.
a restaurant chain. Break it down, Ad Rock.
Oh.
There's a restaurant chain outside of New York called
You're going to have to know this.
Uh-oh.
Jack in the Box.
Oh, dude, everybody knows Jack in the Box. With the
Not
big,
Betsy.
with the big white hat and the fucking silly little hat on. The
Yeah.
big white hat with the silly hat. Yeah, Jack in the Box with the shit.
I've been there. I've heard of it.
It's like a
couple
McDonald's. It's really not any better than McDonald's. But
That's not McDonald's. It's nowhere near McDonald's.
would you say McDonald's is better or worse?
Oh, fuck McDonald's. Fucking
It's all
Jack in the Box all
terrible.
day. They had the quadruple bypass burger or
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
stupid. This burger's got
Four-
like 7 types of cheese, 3 patties, just all kinds of stuff you
They
should
had
not
like
be eating together.
They had a cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger, a triple cheeseburger, and a quadruple cheeseburger. I think it was like $4. They're
This is
just
all
like,
at
oh,
Jack in the Box?
yeah, it's fucking delicious. They had them in Arizona, and that's what I remembered about it. There was Jack in the Box, Del Taco, and In-N-Out, and I never took advantage of In-N-Out when I lived
In-N-Out was
in
good.
I loved it, and I didn't realize how good it was until I had it in California, like in my 30s. That I realized how good In-N-Out was. Like everything's made fresh. It's not like this. It's not a fast food restaurant. It just you get the food faster.
It's like Shaler's burger style, except a better chain.
Yeah, and they fucking hand chop their fucking French fries to order with that little press.
Yeah.
So like their fries are made right there. It's not like frozen and then deep fried. Oh, dude.
They've got
Sounds amazing.
Next time we all go out,
awesome too.
we gotta do a broad podcast. We all gotta go to like fucking California or something.
broadcast.
On a broad
A destination broadcast.
A destination
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
2 points for Betsy. That was.
We can barely afford beer at the bar, but we're talking about.
Maybe we'll go to Panama.
Maybe we'll go to Panama and do this, guys. We're gonna start a GoFundMe account for.
To send our podcast abroad?
Yes, we're
A
gonna.
broad pubcast?
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get away with this. All right. I'm not even gonna watch this on the laptop because I think that's stealing bandwidth. So
I really think we could probably start a GoFundMe for that, right? Send us on vacation.
yeah, so we got like $30.
Work.
So, like we'll get our like baggage covered, like for the box for all of our shit. Maybe we'll just get credit cards and get like frequent flyer miles or points or something like that. Maybe that'd be a way to start it.
I'll ask for my next birthday if anybody will send me to Peru.
You ever been to Peru in this economy? I'm just assuming that.
Not the climate.
Not just the weather.
Not
It's
the civil war going on in Peru,
Just
but
think about the economy.
The economy.
Think about the kids.
you can't
Think
buy
about the
a
chances of
Lincoln
you
Town
being
car.
taken hostage.
For everybody that's paying attention that watches how much Dave spends at the bar, fuck you. I ordered the first pitcher, so
It's the first time since 1983.
in your
Thank
face.
you, Steve. So
Yeah,
sweet.
it was. Hey to you,
Yeah,
buddy.
no, not over the mixer. I go
Eat
back
lots of broccoli.
I go back to work tomorrow. I'm fucking super excited. I've been out of work for a little while. I wouldn't say out of work. I just haven't been going to work. I've been fucking moving and settling in, and
Trying to adjust to life.
yeah. I just got a little. You move into a house. It's fucking like the first 2-3 weeks. It's just like fuck it. It's like college all over again, and you go crazy. Excuse me. You get a little crazy, and then you fucking say, fuck, I gotta work tomorrow. And then you realize that you have to pay rent. So I'm going back to work tomorrow.
If I just didn't show up to work for a while, they would have something to say about that.
Yeah, they'd probably, fire you. I got lucky with the company that I work for. I've been there for on and off for 9 years. I kind of just do what I want. So I haven't been there in a while.
My old job, I used to kind of do whatever I wanted. I'd wake up and just be like, I really don't feel like going in, so I'm not.
Yeah.
That was my job.
It was
That's
not when
when
I
you
worked
worked
for
for
you.
me.
It was not when I worked for you. Let me put that out there. But it was when we did work together when we met at Sutherland. I like every other day, I'd just be like, you know what? They need me, but
I didn't get that option either.
Where's Big Bad Ben?
I don't know. We should have tagged him as well.
Well, can we tag him in the comments?
Yes, I think we can.
Well,
We
while you
can
guys doing
invite
that,
him.
Mom, there was a great party yesterday. There was a Facebook Live. My mom did her first Facebook Live yesterday.
I saw that. I was
Very proud of her.
very perplexed on what's going on. You said teaching Facebook or something like
Oh
that.
yeah. After that, I just started taking videos just because
Because
I like to go live with other people's accounts and see what they get.
yeah.
That's like a little mini game.
Yeah.
Kelly Elston, hello. Welcome to the Goon Squad podcast. She said you were really funny last week.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't know who that is, but hello, Kelly, and you're welcome.
She like your tattoo.
Oh,
It's
you
so
touch
nice.
on my leg, huh? Speaking of leg,
Is this okay?
is this? Oh, that is.
This is okay.
This is confusing. This is confusing, but this is okay.
I should have.
Yeah, we should hire a goddamn photographer to do some live shots, or we
Seduce
could
live shots? Like
or-
just somebody to stand around and take pictures of us?
or we could just take a selfie for ourselves.
We've been thinking about getting hoodies.
Yes, I looked into it. I talked to my buddy in Arizona, JR, that he makes hoodies and.
But first,
Not
let me
take
take
a
a photo.
photo. There's not enough available space. All right. Well, give me a second. Let me delete some shit that I don't use anymore. No, I don't play that.
Can you openly open your gallery in front of other people?
No.
No.
Nope, me either.
And
I mean, if you want to see it,
Wait, I don't
you've
know.
already seen enough.
Yeah, that's true.
There's just what you doing?
I'm afraid.
What you doing?
I don't.
You
Oh my
do not
God.
have to repeat what you just saw.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
I don't think he's gonna forget.
Wow.
Rubbing his
Wow.
face that hard.
High five. I didn't think puppies could do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, right.
Yeah, just leave that one alone.
Made me sweat a little bit. Good.
Oh, it made me sweat too.
All right, your turn, Betsy.
My turn.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
I met with your
really.
phone. I
I've
thought we were
been
looking at
doing a lot
gallery.
of working and helping my mom get settled. She's finally all moved in.
Welcome home,
Welcome home, Mima.
tu madre?
Madre, tu madre.
Tu madre. Tu madre.
What's the word for house?
Casa.
Casa tu madre?
Casa.
Uno momento, teléfono.
Who is it?
Hello.
You're interrupting
Oh,
podcast.
you're live. Wow, you're supposed to shut off your ringer and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a live thing.
so yes, my mom
call you when I'm
just
done.
moved in.
Love you, Dad.
Bye.
Love you, Dad.
You taking phone calls during the show? Oh, man, if that were me, you'd be having a heart attack.
Yeah, that was an important phone call, Dave.
You'd be like, you're just
Hold
not
on.
taking it seriously.
Hold on, we're going to mute this for a second. Glad we can clarify that.
Glad we have a mute button.
Wow.
I should find a mute button. Shout out to Alex Baxter. We can see you. Hopefully you're watching. If you can hear us, give us a thumbs down, thumbs up. Fucking slap across the mouth. Anyways,
I would really like to see more people talk in our comment section because,
Yeah.
like, the more you talk about, the more we have to talk about.
yeah, we fucking hate talking.
There's a whole
Anyways,
lot less of us trying to find something to fill us in. So
How
please
for
make
you.
some stupid comments. And
so your mom moved in. Where'd she move from? Like Florida? Florida?
She came back from Florida.
Florida.
Her and her boyfriend just decided on a whim one day, hey, I'm coming back home, and they packed up as much as they could in their nice small little car and drove 22 hours in like a 20-year-old car. I'm surprised it made it.
I'm glad that they're back. I didn't meet them, but I saw them.
think I met-
A couple days ago, whatever it was. They were
I
outside of.
met both of them, yeah?
Did you?
I think so.
On FaceTime you did.
Oh, maybe.
That's like
Steve met them outside
Yeah.
briefly.
He's like, you gotta come inside. I have a beer. I'm just assuming he has a really thick Spanish accent, but he doesn't.
He did not.
You made him sound like he's very Mexican.
Well,
like,
he's from
He
Florida.
has a huge hat. And,
He's got
scarf
a.
in 90-degree weather.
He's got
My
a-
mom met him in a sombrero.
See? Aha.
She did not. She did not. I was
You
joking.
can't make that up, but then you made it up.
Then you made it up.
It was a
that
funny
fair?
story how they met, but it was kind of cool. Me and my mom lived in the same building before, and the downstairs neighbor, Cassandra, shout out to you if you ever watch. So my
Oh,
mom
I
was
thought you
having-
said a shooting, not a shout out.
So she was having a little party at her house. I don't remember what we were doing,
A
but
fiesta?
little fiesta, and
that's
Cassandra's family
fancy words.
ended up coming over to visit her, and ended up at the party with Cassandra. And along came Jose, and my mom met, and they've been inseparable since.
Have they seen each other naked? No, that's correct. They're not married.
I want to say she's a virgin.
Don't you have a brother?
At the party,
She ain't no virgin. You're here.
Shut up.
at the party, was there pulled pork?
There's always pulled pork.
Listen, Spanish people make the best pulled pork. I don't care what anybody says.
Cajun
do.
pulled pork. Is it Cajun pulled pork?
No, it's a
Not the one
It's
that you
just
have.
overused adobo pulled pork.
not even. We don't really use adobo for ours.
Yes,
Well, at least
that's-
me and my mom don't.
That's racist, Dave.
Very little
Ding,
bit.
ding, ding.
Listen, I didn't know about adobo until I lived in Arizona.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a
Adobo's
beautiful thing.
it's like a common spice, I guess.
Yeah,
It'd be-
adobo the shit out of some chicken.
Goya in general is a beautiful thing for people of all races.
I have a question.
and colors and shapes.
In the Hispanic, literally, the Hispanic aisle at Wegmans, why do they sell those fucking Jesus candles? What, is that a thing that goes with dinner?
That is
Oh,
a
like the Jesus
thing
Christ candle?
that Catholic Spanish woman and I forget how you say it. Santa Maria.
Santa Maria?
Santeria.
Santeria?
I'm not English.
Santeria. Thank you.
Isn't that like devil worship and shit?
It's something.
It's the worship of Mother Mary.
It's something along those
Okay.
lines, but not exactly.
Okay.
A lot of it's really weird. I've never really understood it, but a couple of my family members were into it, so I just accepted it.
Adobo makes everything beautiful.
So they
They
put
won't
the
make the
can
woman any more beautiful.
they put the candle next to all the Goya products for some reason. Like,
I don't know. I think it's just made. The candles themselves are made by Goya, so
Oh,
they,
those
just
sneaky
keep,
little
they keep
fucks.
all the Goya things together. I've never seen Goya.
Well, I think it's
separate.
more of an ethnic thing, to be honest. That
ethnic
practice,
too. Yes.
that practice of lighting those candles, because it's not. They don't use it because the house smells bad or because they want to see better.
It's like
It's a
different
prayer
colors mean
candle.
different things and get rid of auras and help
Ryan just
positive energy and such.
Ryan just said adobo makes everyone beautiful.
That's what Dave was just referencing.
Except your woman.
I'm gonna go on a date at some point, and I'm just gonna be like, fuck this Liqueur Noir or whatever. Just
Pour some adobo on it.
adobos.
Put some adobo behind the ears.
I'm gonna break out in a fucking sexy rash.
Oh, you see his Betsy come up from a table just.
Hola!
Adobo?
We gotta stop making fun of Betsy's Hispanicness.
That's
Right.
nice.
All
I
right.
will make some.
I would make fun of Native Americans, but that's just way too scary for me.
Because
Yeah.
you are one.
Yeah.
Everyone will hate us.
It's more so, I'm just scared of my cousins. They used to beat my ass when I was younger.
Hold on. Well, they're gonna still do it
They're
now.
very
or what?
opinionated, and I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not, like, I couldn't go to war with those guys if I saved my life.
It wouldn't be a wise choice.
No, they're very opinionated and good at arguing, and
Let's get them on the show.
very well at defending their situations and views, and I don't ever want to cross them.
Where do they live?
Canada.
Oh, have them get their passport.
Canada.
Phenomenal.
Canada.
Let's do our first pubcast, destination pubcast in Canada.
I'm not allowed in Canada.
We'll have to just say, hi, Tom.
Hi,
We're
Tom.
at the border.
I'm at the
Steve's
border
sitting outside.
because they won't let Steve's in.
They don't allow felons inside.
God damn it. You know, you do one stupid thing when you're fucking 17, 24.
So are you never welcome back there again?
Fuck Canada. Fuck Canada.
It is a
I'm
majestic
gonna take
place
that as
with
a
the
no.
moose. And
Yeah, and their police still ride horses. Fuck them.
Oh man.
Yeah, the mounted
There's really
Mounties.
not- I mean-
fuck them.
I don't really understand. They almost don't even need. Actually, to be honest, I've watched the Arrested. There's a show called Arrested.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
cheesy.
based out of Canada.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I love it because everybody that gets arrested, they're like, "You're fucking off, man. What are you doing, man?"
Sorry, ooh.
Oh,
I don't
so
think I've ever
sorry.
seen it. Arrested.
They say "man" 3 times more than we do. You guys are fucking pigs, man. You know that, man.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, wow, is that?
It is a pretty fucking cheesy knockoff version of Cops.
Man,
Yeah.
I think the first episode is there's a white girl getting arrested for like meth possession or something. Or no, she's like, I used to be a Catholic or something like that. I was like, ugh. And then she's got weed on her, and she starts like fighting a girl walking across the intersection. And I'm just like, ugh. This was all on the first like cut open scene. I was just like,
How many episodes did
I
you
don't-
watch
I don't
before
like
you
this.
realized it was in Canada?
I don't even realize that it was in Canada until right now.
It took me like 4 episodes. And I was like, this isn't. You're not reading her the right rights at all.
Yeah,
Her rights are way
you
different.
can do that. You have,
I don't even look into the rights or anything. It's
Well, like, you know
probably not
Miranda
something
rights.
wise.
who's
Yeah.
Miranda?
Why is she right?
Miranda Lambert. She can write, but she ain't got that many.
Dave, right?
I just assume if I keep my head down wherever I go, I won't get into trouble. And pray for the best.
That was a perfect fucking segue into my fucking story for the evening.
Yes, it was. Please tell us what
yes.
happened.
All right, so I got a phone call from a lady friend. I went out, had a beer and a half, so I'm well within my legal rights to operate a vehicle. Pulled out of the Dutch Mill on Dewey and Stone, and she had already left. I was fucking putting music on my phone or whatever, so nobody in front of me. I got to the red light heading east on Stone, crossing over Dewey, and a unmarked Greece police officer crossed over Stone, and fucking his neck snapped, like looking over at me, just like turned his head and stared at me, slammed on his brakes, busted a U-turn. Luckily, there was a car behind me. Well, I wouldn't say luckily, but he followed me all the way down. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the area, but down where the road actually curves right before Lake Ave by the 7-Eleven. He turned his lights on. The other car pulled over. Then he got behind me, turned on his lights, or left his lights on. I pulled over. So I got my license or my wallet out of my pocket. So it's what?
Sorry to interrupt, but Burley Ben is here via live video
What
right
up, Ben?
now,
Why don't you get on our
Burley
comments,
Ben.
boy?
interrupting our broadcast here.
All right. Anyways, so the guy gets out of the car. He's like, "How you doing tonight?" And I'm like, "Okay." Like, what did I do? Like, what the fuck you want? Like, not rudely, but I said it politely. And he's like, license registration. I go grab for my wallet, which is on my armrest on my right arm. So it's not like I'm reaching for something. And he just starts screaming, "Get the fuck out of the car!" I'm like, "Whoa, like chill." He reaches my door handle, which I have locked. I lock my door when I drive. And he reaches in, unlocks my door, and starts grabbing me. I still got my fucking seatbelt on, and I'm like, and he's like yanking at my seatbelt, reaching at my fucking hip and shit. I'm like, yo, I don't have anything on me. Like, stop. And he gets me out of the car, cuffs me up, has me at the back of the truck, and he's like, you fucking fit the description of a home invasion or a burglary or something like that from last night that I was looking for. And I was like, what? I was like, really? Like, that's what you got out of this? I was like, you looked in my face for 3 seconds and you knew what the fuck I looked like? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, why'd you pull me over? He's like, well, you don't have a front plate on your truck. Okay, well, I fucking still registered, insured, and licensed out of Arizona, so I don't need a front plate.
Right.
So that was an excuse for him to follow me. And he's like, well, obviously it was a mistake on my part. I apologize and all this other shit. I'm like, dude, fucking whatever. Like, I'm going to put on a fucking smile on my face so I don't get in any shit about it. But at the same point, like, you could have just been like, hey, can you step out of the car for a second? I would have gladly gotten out of the car. You don't have to fucking yank me out of the car with my seatbelt on. Like, fuck you, dude. So, fuck the Greece Police Department. Fuck the Greece Police Department. Fucking, if you're a Greece police officer, fuck you. Get a real job. So that...
Jeremy's watching. His dad's a police officer.
Good. I don't care who the fuck that
He's
is.
a nice guy, though.
I said the Greece Police Department.
I think he's a Greece police department.
Well, God, fuck him. I kid.
Yeah,
I
that's
kid.
a little fucked up.
I kid. Now, fuck all these shitty cops that are fucking gung-ho about fucking abusing their power. If you're a good cop, that's cool, but if you're just going around abusing your power, treating people like shit, and like you're fucking more powerful than me, remember, I still pay your fucking salary, so I'm not saying you got a job to do, but I don't fucking go over my job and fucking come up to you and start attacking you. You know what I mean?
I got pulled over the other night, but it's because it was Saturday. I just got done with bartending. I was on my way home, and the cop pulled me over, and he was like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And I was like, "No clue."
Because you're a dick?
And he's like, "Well, there's a problem with your insurance," which there was. There was a miscommunication between me and my insurance company. I'm all insured and stuff. It's just there was a problem with it. So he's like, "Well, have you been drinking tonight?" I said, "No, sir, I'm a bartender." He said, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time a bartender drank, is it?"
Yeah.
Well, like, I promise you, I'd rather keep my job than be hammered behind the bar. But
Was
no,
this
I'm
at the tavern?
sober. No, this was Filger's, East Alexander.
Okay.
So that was...
I thought you left there. I didn't know you were still there.
I left, and I've gone back.
Okay.
I love it there. I'm not going to lie. It's crowded, and I don't like college kids very much, but...
The money's good if they accept it's money.
The money's okay. But the thing is, I just like doing it.
Yeah, I love bartending.
It's kind of like me in pizzerias. No matter what pizzeria I work at, and no matter how many times I say I'm never going to work at another restaurant or anything that has anything to do with food, every year I find myself back at a pizzeria, even if for a brief moment.
I've never worked in a pizzeria.
Hmm?
I never worked in a pizzeria.
I worked at TLC in Hilton.
You know where you should work right now? Work on getting another goddamn pitcher of beer. Steve's got an empty glass.
I have an empty glass.
I almost have an empty glass.
Hand me the container. What's the Spanish word for colander? Or the Italian word for colander?
Colander? I don't speak Spanish.
It's Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Calendar?
A colander.
Colander? Like
Calendar.
The thing that
you roll your R's.
Strain the sauce with. Or strain the
Colander.
noodles.
It's a colander.
Yeah, but what's it in Italian?
Colander. I'm pretty sure that's Italian.
No.
I have no idea.
Sauce.
Is it pasta fagioli?
It's just a word.
I'm pretty sure it's pasta fagioli. If anybody knows that, just
I know
it in the
it
comments.
is.
Well, what is it?
It's a school of pasta.
School of pasta.
I don't think that's right either. Somebody was laughing at me the other day. Or it's a school of pasta.
There's 4 people.
The point is, it's a school of something.
Are you just making shit
No,
up?
I swear, Google it.
No, don't tell me to fucking Google it.
Don't fucking Google
you
challenge
fucking Google.
me.
Oh, dude, I'm looking it up. Go get some fucking beer. We're gonna Google this.
You know, Steve and I invented Google Challenge.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if we invented it, but we fucking sure as fuck
I feel like we pioneered it.
We perfected it.
I thought old homegirl from Debate Night came up with the Google Challenge.
No.
Google it.
I I can tell you what
You can
happened.
look it up on Google.
I remember the exact moment Google Challenge was invented between Steve and I. But the first time in my life, Google was used as like we'll Google it.
It's a Colino.
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 Oh, that's colander, right? Colander.
Yeah, but I don't think that's...
Yeah, and that's a fucking strainer, a pasta spaghetti strainer.
What's it straight? Look up the word strainer, not colander.
Strainer.
This is what we're doing
This
with
is
our...
what Pubcast
This is what we're doing with our fucking lives right now.
Listen, I remember the exact moment Google Challenge came down. We were watching Miley Cyrus in Holly.
It'd be a filtro.
Oh, no, it's a school.
This conversation is going
We
in
need
so
somebody
many
in the comments
directions.
How about you go get a fucking beer, and we're going to challenge our listeners to figure this out. The first one that fucking gets it, next time we see you, we'll buy you a pitcher of beer. Figure out what the fuck Dave is talking about. School of
Your
pasta.
mother asks to ask about the bee stinger.
We'll answer that when Dave comes back.
Hold on, this
Picture.
the bee.
Daddy's Thursday.
I don't know what you're talking about, bee stinger.
No, your mom said, David, ask about the bee stinger. Your mother fucking said, David.
I see that. I don't know what she's talking about. Mom,
Your son is drunken on drugs. I joke. Oh, and they're playing New Kids on the Block. Didn't they fucking play this song last time we were here?
I think they played it when we were walking in today. I'm pretty sure.
No. They definitely... No, that was, I think it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. New Kids on the Block came on the fucking jukebox.
NKOTB from Costa Mesa.
That's a little bit too much information that you
Do you know where that's from? It's from a Sublime album. They think New Kids on the Block from Costa Mesa.
I thought they were from like Des Moines.
Maybe.
They sound like they're from Des Moines.
Moines?
Also, fucking seeing that we're not talking about colanders.
Oh, I know what she's talking about. What is it when a bee stings you? What does it inject you with?
Oh.
Because it's not venom.
No, it's not a venom. They're not poisonous. It's
It's sweet nectar.
No.
What? What?
That's way wrong.
No. I think it's not a pheromone, is it?
There is a pheromone
It's something
in it.
like that, yeah. It attracts them to come to that, like other bees to come sting you in the same...
No, those
wasps. I'm thinking of wasps.
I don't think that's wasp either. I think that's just the African death bee.
No, a buddy of mine, he's an
Is it
exterminator.
like saliva
he
or
told me
not
that.
saliva? What the
No,
fuck is it?
it's called Pasti potassum or something like that. That's another Google one.
Yeah. I'm still figuring out the trainer.
Sculabassa.
No, but a buddy of
School
mine
pasta.
who was an exterminator did tell me that wasps specifically, they're the ones that can sting you multiple times, yes?
Yes.
Or yellow jackets.
They
No,
bite. They
yellow
bite.
jackets are different than
They
wasps.
sting.
Okay, well-
yeah, you sting once, but I think the dangly leg ones, those are wasps.
Right, regular wasps, the ones that can sting you multiple times. If one
That's not a
stings
sting.
you,
They're biting you.
biting you.
Yeah, biting you.
Where they bite you,
Yeah, fuck
it
bees.
releases a scent. So if the other wasps around, they know to come and hit you around that same spot. That's why they all kind of flock together.
Is that what happens with cheating girlfriends?
They flock together and become friends.
They get
That's
one little
friends.
stinger and then all the other stingers come
worse.
and get them?
There's
When you
a
see
topic.
that ex-girlfriend became friends with other ex-girlfriend, you're just like, oh, god damn it, they're gonna talk.
No.
I want to know,
Oh no!
while there's a few women watching, because I just noticed a couple of female viewers joined,
I can't
and there's
even
two
see.
men.
I can't even see who's watching.
It only shows the person streaming who's actually joining.
Yeah, but I can't even. It says broadcast interrupted a lot.
Oh, yeah, mine does too, but I can still see.
I'm not even concerned about it. I mean, if you're getting questions, you're getting questions.
Either way, so with women, I want to know, do guys do the same thing when you break up with your person, right?
Your person, your ex-person. Okay, yes.
Do you become friends with their other exes, and why?
Do I become friends with their exes? Or what? No.
Okay, so I'll just go right into it then. So I have an ex-boyfriend, and this was
you,
a long...
You have an ex-boyfriend? That bastard.
That only one. We broke up like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, high school. And throughout the relationship, because we were together for like 3-4 years, throughout the relationship,
don't fucking pour a beer ever again. That's my beer.
bartender my ass.
That was Dave. Fucking handout. Dave, I want everybody at
No,
home to
there's a
see
good
this.
head on that.
Some good head on
That's
that.
delicious to me.
Yeah, well, Dave, never mind. I'm not going to say that because that would come out completely wrong.
So
He
going-
knows how to give good head.
Yeah,
there you
I'll
are.
show you how to get some good head. And and out of context.
And relax the jaw.
Timestamp 34:30 on that one.
Highlight. So when we broke up,
Yes.
all of the people that I knew were his exes, and obviously there was no contact between me or them. I don't know about him and them while we were together, but all of these people I was told, don't worry about, avoid them, don't worry about it, whatever. A couple years after, would all try and befriend me. Whether it was, they saw me out somewhere or they just found me on Facebook or something, they're all trying to be friends with me. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, I don't.
That's really weird to me.
Yeah,
So do guys do the same thing?
No, I'm not. I don't really stay. I mean, I still stay friends with some of my ex's friends and shit, but not. I wouldn't go out of my way to become friends with them after we broke up. Like, no,
Right.
that'd be like, oh yeah, why weren't you friends with them when you guys were dating? Is what I think. Is that your question?
No, I just find it really odd. I guess it's not.
Did you
really
go out of your way to
offensive.
be friends with people that you weren't friends with because of him?
No, I didn't. Like, you guys know me.
Or was there like a club of
befriend
girls that were
anybody.
like, hey, you dated that guy too? You're one of us now.
It was almost like I felt almost like something was happening that I didn't know about, and maybe they wanted to find out, or maybe just, I don't know, conspiring against me almost, because it was like all at once. And
I don't know if I would stay friend. Like, I barely stay friends with my exes, I suppose.
I'm still friends with a shit ton of them for some strange reason.
I have a couple that I'm friends with. A couple that I don't mind. There's a couple that as soon as we broke up, I was like, all right, Facebook ban, Insta ban,
Instagram ban.
you were a Snap ban, and you can email me. That's your only way to contact.
I'm
number.
changing my email address.
I don't know. But there's some girlfriends that we break up, and I make a conscious effort not to talk to them because I need to phase them out of my life.
I keep getting some clicking noise.
So
I don't know
that's-
what the fuck it is.
I guess I'm friends with a lot of my exes, most of them, with the exception of 2, but that's because I know where to draw the line. Like, if you're drawing the line, then I can just cut you off, and it's not a problem because you're already kind of out of my life. The exes I am friends with, I guess you can just say we're just kind of associates, really. It's kind of, hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
How's your mom? Cool.
How's your mom?
How's your mom doing?
How's your mom?
Can I just say that I love Mark Wahlberg on a weird level? Hey, how's
That
your
is
mom?
weird.
Can you say that?
I'm gonna say that.
Should you say that? Maybe not. I just love Mark Wahlberg.
If you had to put Mark Wahlberg in a pit with Justin Timberlake and only one could survive, and the other one had to beat the other one to death,
Wahlberg.
you think Wahlberg would? Wahlberg. You think he'd come out on top of Justin?
I think they'd be behind each other for a while. What a hot, sexy mess that would be.
I mean, if you're gonna die,
What?
I got my money on Wahlberg. I think he's too Boston for him. Which I don't even know if that's a thing, but over and out.
10-4, good Ranger.
Yeah. I can't get the live feed on my phone for some reason.
I'm feeding it live right now.
It just keeps scrambling on
I'm
it.
on it.
I'm like the Beastie Boys. I'm cold kicking it live.
Oh boy. So, in other news,
I love the Beastie
I
Boys.
became an uncle again.
Hooray!
Yes.
Dan,
My brother, is my only sibling.
good job, Dan. Way to get it past the goalie.
Yeah. Snuck one in there.
You must have hit it from the corner.
It was a decent corner kick. Yes, congratulations to my brother and sister-in-law, Casey, on their second child. Remy Day, Remyday. Remy, middle name Day, Augustinus.
Well,
Remy
Remy,
De
you have
Augustinus.
21 years, but cheers to you.
Yes, Remy, you can fucking wait. No drinks for you, kid.
Eats a lots of broccoli. Remy.
Eats lots of broccoli.
So,
One of my favorite comedians is Remy Gallard.
okay.
He is a French version of Jackass, but just by himself. And he's very animal activist. So he does a lot of things where he'll dress up like an animal and go do things to promote animal awareness and the looking out for animals and treatment of animals and junk. But it's some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen. He dresses up like a kangaroo and acts like he jumps out of a zoo. Then he has different clips of him pouncing like a kangaroo, and he'll put stuff in his pouch and hop out of the mall or something.
I want to live that life.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. He's got a video of him dressed like Mario in a little go-kart. He drives around Paris. And he's like eating bananas and throwing banana peels at cars and shit.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, you guys are fucking weird.
You ever see that game, that drinking game with Mario Kart where like it's called Drunk Driver? Is it like, let's say the three of us played Mario Kart, right?
Okay.
You get a full beer. You have to finish your beer before the end of the match.
And you got to put the controller. You
can't drink and drive. You have to put the controller down while you drink your beer.
I have not seen
And
this.
then you can put your beer down.
Dude, as soon as that game fucking beep, 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 I fucking put the controller down and and while y'all are fucking taking a little time on some boom.
That's a long time in the Mario Kart world. That's a long time to be sitting down doing nothing.
Yeah, but if I chug a beer in fucking 30 seconds, you guys are going to crash. You got to pull over.
30 seconds in racing is a long time.
Yeah, but you guys have to finish your beers too.
Right, well, yeah, I guess.
We'd all be busy.
So you'd have to pull over like 6 times for 5 seconds at a time, slow down, and then speed back up. So I'm just getting that all out of the way right now.
I would love to like do this live. I think.
Do you have an N64?
No.
Was it on?
We can emulate it though.
Yeah, with what? We need controllers.
And a way to hook up the feet. The point is, I don't care if we video it.
We'll record it and we'll play the results.
It would be amazing.
You know what game I have seen that I do want to play, and there's only a month and a half, so whoever's watching, if you have a big hill in your backyard, down to get the tarps for this, but there's a game that I saw, it's a video, you have these tarps on a hill, and then obviously it's like a water slide.
That turns into a flip cup.
But you have to have like a good 12 people to have a good game going, and I would be so down to do that.
Totally down to do that.
It would be
We
great.
need somebody with a hill. Decent hill. Head us up. Fucking.
I would do some stupid things live.
Yeah.
Like if they were like, listen, we want you to go live, but also you have to box a kangaroo. I'd be like, all right.
Fucking first thing, acquire boxing gloves. Second
I have
step,
those.
acquire kangaroo.
Kangaroo, no problem. I have the boxing gloves though.
I got a kangaroo guy.
I'm just saying, in general, like if somebody had an idea, like I really would like to see you guys do this live. And
Well,
here's
who was it that made the suggestion we went
skydiving?
skydiving? I
That sounds
still
terrible.
want to
I
do
don't want
that.
to do that at all.
That sounds wonderful. You could stay. We already made the decision. You would stand at the ground and be recording.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
all
you
for
were gonna
it.
go do it.
Fuck yeah.
You're not gonna do it?
I'd skydive, but no, I'm not filming. I'm filming it while I'm doing it.
Well, no.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
but we would need if we did a
I'll go right
live.
from the ground.
No,
stream.
I'd do it from a GoPro and Bluetooth it to my phone and get a live stream doing it. I mean, you could just play the video after. It wouldn't have to be live.
It wouldn't have to be live, right? Dave could just record it from
There
the ground,
might-
and we
there
could
might
edit
be-
something nice.
There
and
might be
post
like a
it.
fucking, what's it called? Like you get your altimeter.
Well, the
whatever.
person you're supposed to be attached to, if you're not trained at all, they're the ones that hold cameras and everything. For like an extra $100, you get the video and
I watched
everything.
this
Yeah, but I just
stand-up.
fucking get like a thing that straps onto your arm and you put your phone in it and just be able to record your goddamn self.
I mean,
Fuck you, $100, motherfucker.
I watched it. Did you see the
I'm bringing
stand-up?
my own food on the plane.
I know
I
that
don't
you
know
watch a
if
lot of
that's
stand-up.
allowed though.
I watch a lot of stand-up.
Did you see the stand-up where the dude went on Rachel Ray? And she's like, is there anything you're scared of? And he's like,
Yeah, who was
fuck
that?
yeah, I wouldn't go skydiving. And
Rachel Ray takes him on the plane. And
yeah, Rachel Ray's like, oh, we're going skydiving next week. He agreed to it.
Who was that?
I can't remember his name.
I remember the
Figaro? Think-
No.
I do want
It
to
was like
see
it wasn't
now.
Berbiglia. It was fucking one of my top 5 comics too. I'm gonna remember this because I remember just hearing about it. It wasn't Dean Cook. It was something.
He was
stupid
like,
that.
so you strap onto another man. It's like, and my biggest fear was that I'd hit the ground and he'd have an erection from the moving
Oh my
around.
god,
And I just died getting pile drived.
Who was it? I'm googling it right now.
that would be hilarious. No, I
Oh,
do.
Bert Kreischer. Fucking, I am the machine.
The machine says it.
All right, so if you guys don't know who Bert Kreischer is, yeah, the time I went skydiving with Rachel Ray. Bert Kreischer is a stand-up comedian. My brother introduced me to him. I'd say like 3 or 4 years ago. He's like, you need to fucking watch this. It's the original version, not the like one that everybody's been watching lately. He recreates and retells the story. Long story short, the guy fucking is going to community college, and he's taking Russian 1 because it's just like a one class he needed to fill in for credits or something like that. And he tried to drop the class, but the teacher's like, we need a minimum of 14 people in the class, so you have to stay in. If you stay in the class, I'll give you a B. So he stays in the class, and he's like, all right, the next time, like the second semester comes around, they're like, well, we're going to Russia or something like that, or they're going to Russia, and if you come to Russia with us, I'll give you an A or something. Some lightly fucking told the story. And he gets fucking drunk in his hotel room before they get hooked up with the Russian mafia as their tour guides, and like they're walking them around to protect them. Like a bunch of community college students in Russia, and it's when the Russian mafia ran everything. And he hooks up to these Russian guys, and you're not supposed to make eye contact. He's like, he translates, I like pussy, or I want pussy, and he's like, it came out one, and he's like, I like cats. And he's like, well, they know what the fuck I meant. And he starts getting drunk, and he's like, he introduces himself. He's like, I am the machine. And it's, I swear to God, it is the fucking funniest like 20-minute fucking story I've ever heard in my life.
To send that to me.
Yeah, the fucking Bert Kreischer, the I am the machine. He did
I don't know how to spell that.
It gets down to like the cops are like, you need to get off the plane, and he's like, well, this is the machine. And they're like, nobody talks to the machine like this. Shout out to Rachel. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, hi, hello.
She's my best friend from back in the day. She lives in Buffalo. We went to 311 together last Monday, or the Monday before.
You know what I love? I love when
Rachel. You've met Rachel.
When you get together with an old friend, like someone you were so close with for so long, and then like it sucks that years go by, but you can get together with someone and it's like no time has passed. You could just.
What I love about Rachel is she went to Buffalo and she has a bunch of friends out there, and I love all of her friends. They're just people that I would get along with really well, and we went to 311 with her and her friend Cora, and she was fantastic. You know, it's like her best friend out there, and like we were best friends back in the day when we were younger. So it's cool to like have that friendship and that relationship. And she goes to Buffalo and then makes her, her own way of life and friends and stuff. And when you go to visit and you get along with all of her friends, it's just very cool. It's a very cool like
atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a very cool situation.
I'm posting that link to the machine in the comments.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's a great idea. The machine.
I am the machine. If I can get it to work.
So that's exciting. Her first time seeing 311, I was really excited. It's like my 5th time seeing 311. And I get all excited because I know what's going to happen.
I wanted to see them.
The drums are going to happen. Peanut's going to beat that shit. All kinds of stuff. The bassist for 311, he played that song. He did a bass solo. What's that song? All my friends are heathens, take it slow. It's probably just heathens, right? Yeah. So he played that song, but he didn't start it with that song. He was just slapping it. And he always playing the bass. He always like does a bass solo, and he's just slapping along. And all of a sudden, he starts like getting into it. And Rachel's like, "I know this song," and I was like, "What?" And then the whole crowd started singing the song to him slapping the bass. But it's just him. There's no other band. It's just him playing the bass, and everybody's singing the song to it. It was really a cool moment.
Can I interrupt real fast?
You always do.
I got to mute the mic. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was a Tuesday. I have to, unfortunately...
I caught the ending of that, and holy crap.
Yeah, I'll explain it off camera. I do, unfortunately, have to end the show. I got some things I gotta go handle.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to make up for this. I gotta go handle some business.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, something just went down and got a little serious, so...
All right,
I apologize to everybody.
We will be back next week, more organized.
No, we are going to be back later this week. When are you free?
Thursday, I'm out at 8 o'clock. I will be at the news store, so I have a weird shift.
Dave, Thursday.
Thursday's fine.
Thursday? I apologize, guys. I got a urgent text message about something that just went down, and I have
There's
to go.
There's a koala that he's got to go Quality control.
I have to go eucalyptus.
Quality control.
Quality control. No, that's boy. That might possibly be a really bad thing. Ooh, remember that? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you guys, if I go to jail, fucking GoFundMe.
We will get that started right now. As a matter of fact, while
I mean, we
finish
could
this
just
picture, we'll get
let
the page
Steve
going.
leave and we could finish the show.
If you guys want to do that, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, we got like a half hour left.
Yeah. If you guys want to continue the show, you're more than welcome to.
No sense keep changing our fans.
Yeah. I apologize, guys. I have to go handle my business. If you want to take my seat, you know how to shut everything down.
Yeah, man.
We'll put everything away.
Just put everything away back in the box,
Yeah.
and I'm going to cut that mic, so you can just go to this one. Keep all the equipment, and I will pick it up. Huh? No, because I got a split house. If you want to, I'll just grab it Thursday. We'll just bring it on Thursday.
When we come back.
All right, guys. Sorry, I apologize for having to leave.
That's okay. I'm just glad you let me stay here because my boobs look great over here.
Right.
My boobs look great on this side. Yeah.
Fantastic. I get to sit on the other side of that.
Yeah, this is.
Now you get the headphones. Oh my god.
I mean, it's good and bad at the same time. So,
Oh, don't forget your juice.
yeah, I'll grab everything. Will you make sure you get all of the?
This microphone's so tall.
That's because Steve
I
is
never get to
tall.
use the big microphone. I'm so excited.
He's a big boy now. Birthday boy.
I got it.
Dave's mom said bye, Steve.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
Oh, the microphones are so weird.
I can hear it from my point of view.
Hello, David.
All right, guys.
Bye. Have a good night. Love you. Be safe. Don't get arrested.
All right.
You treat me like a lady.
Timestamp. See ya. 44. Oh no, that's not accurate. I don't understand why it's doing this to me.
Why are you doing this to me? I'm such a
And I
nice person.
apologize for how stuffy I sound. I feel like I might have a beer allergy, but I still sit here and continue to drink
Can you
beer.
turn the camera slightly?
Yeah, absolutely.
My earlobes are too big to fit his tiny ass headphones.
Now we're both in this.
Don't forget your shoes.
Yeah, what?
Phone.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm developing a beer allergy,
Sorry, guys.
and that's why I continue to
Bye, Steve.
be stuffy. We love you. So again, if Steve gets arrested, we will be starting a GoFundMe page shortly after midnight. That's a joke.
So he turns these all the way up, but I think it's too loud.
Too loud. Maybe he's just deaf. He just needs to make sure.
He'll have to watch tomorrow to hear how much trash talk we do.
That's great. We're gonna get 3 more pictures. The show's gonna be canceled because we're all gonna hate each other for shit talking
Shit
each other.
talk. Who shit talks? We never
The show will never be canceled,
ever.
ever. Unless somebody dies, then the show will stop.
You think so? I think we just replaced one of us.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, what would happen if like one of us just dropped the show? Just, I'm too busy, I can't handle this anymore. And I was like, very quickly somebody else would just join the show. I like what you're doing. Cool. You should join us. All right. Every week.
I love Corey. I tried to carry the show with her the other night, and I didn't know what to talk about. I was like, so you podcast often?
Nah.
She was like, this is a cool house. It was so awkward. I was
Wait,
like,
so Corey was at the house
yeah, she came to the house.
for podcast? Oh, no, I fell asleep. I forgot. I couldn't make it out. I didn't have a ride because I'm lame. Yeah, I remember that. I watched like the first 10 minutes and then I started falling out.
People always say that to me. I was watching for 10 minutes, and then I was like, you guys aren't really that funny.
I get people that say, a lot of the customers at my job, they say that they watch it for 10 minutes or 10, 15, whatever. Then they get sidetracked because they have families or they're making dinner
they're
or
doing
something.
adult things.
And that's fine. But then they're like, I did go back early in the morning and like watch the rest of it though. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad you woke up in the morning and immediately thought about the show and just like wanted to finish it. That's awesome.
This, do you know how many times I wish I could like rewind my life and just watch the night before?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, after about beer 17, I don't remember a whole lot, but I wish I could watch what happened after that.
And you could do that with this.
It seems like something I should remember.
A lot of the people at my second job really like what we do, even though they don't even watch it. Like the owner doesn't even have Facebook, or one of the owners don't have Facebook. I'm not friends with any of them.
You never look at the camera.
I don't. I do here and there, like to check the viewers and such, but I'm also watching it right
Give
here.
him a little
too,
eye
so-
love.
A little eye
How you
love.
doing?
Y'all don't have to see my back fat. Let me just do it this way. What's
Yeah,
up?
I don't know how to hide my fat. I just put my hands in front of me.
It's just being a girl really sucks because it's all about how you sit and how you. I have to sit up straight at all times to look awesome, but then, my arms look fat on camera, so I got to put them out a little bit so they don't look.
The angle of just right. So.
I'm not large. Timestamp. I look great.
So I feel like Steve brings to the show that element of like, don't fucking say this.
You don't what?
Steve, sometimes I find myself like don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, there is that. I feel that way sometimes too, but I really like that. I like that we have a person that's like that because that brings
Is he like
brings the
Rover of
people
our
that
show?
want to have debates. That brings the people that want to have conversations and
Steve is
interact
the
with us
Rover
while
of
we're
our
being
show.
live. Granted, sometimes the responses can be handled a little bit better, but that's also what makes Steve Steve and why we love Steve. I love his bluntness and how rude he can be
Yeah,
when he
you
has to be. Yes, tell us what's going on. I'm not even sure how many viewers we have. 2 viewers, and I'm pretty sure it's the both of us. Wait, no, I can't view my own video, so it's not me. Someone else is watching. Hello, whoever you are. How are you?
North Korea threatens nuclear strike on the U.S.
Steve still can't get the video to load, and he's not even here.
Feel bad.
I want a drink. Kelly said she wants a drink. Kelly, can you see us? Can you hear us? Please let us know what's going on. And if this continues, then I'm not sure. I think we'll have to end it soon.
Why? What's happening?
Steve said he can't get the video to load,
That's
but
just
Kelly
Steve.
just commented and said, I want a drink, so I just want to make sure everyone else can see us if they can.
Well, who doesn't want to drink?
I know, who doesn't want to see our beautiful mugs?
Your muggy mug.
Our beautiful mugs.
Did we share the video in the podcast page?
On the podcast page, I don't think we did.
I got it.
Thank you. You so sweet, David.
I don't know if I can figure out how to do it.
How to share it on the page?
Share it to
The page. The Goon Squad podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to...
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to let you figure that out. Well, we could do that later. Because everyone can always go back and watch this later. You can
And I'm
always
back.
share it at any time.
I want a drink.
You should come out and have a drink. The bar's pretty empty right now. It's just us here, I believe.
She's in Hamlin.
That's not bad. Just 30 minutes.
I mean, I made it in 10. And I went the wrong way. Like,
You
I drove
did.
over the bridge, and I was like, oh, I was so mad.
You were supposed to pick me up and then almost forgot me.
Never forgot you. I just left you behind.
Exactly. That's okay. I forgive you, though.
See? She can see and hear us just fine.
Awesome. We're 57 minutes and 53 seconds in.
That's an hour and 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
You better start Googling some topics.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was a little... That sucks. So, did Steve say they actually beat him up, too, or no?
Who?
The cops last night or 2 nights ago.
No, he was just a little rough with him.
They got a little rough.
I'm sure Steven at some point dropped some attitude on him, like, oh, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
he took his shirt off.
But going off of a little bit of what he said, that the police brutality thing, that does It really sucks when people do abuse their power. Not even necessarily just police. Like even something as simple as a bouncer at a club or something.
Come on.
Sometimes.
Listen,
I have an uncle, and I only say this because I have an uncle. This dude, he can be drunk as shit. Like, just, and when I say off his rocker drunk, that's still like keeping to himself and minding his own business, but just like being silly on his own. But he would never hurt a person, intimidate a person, come at a person, or, disrespect a person, even at his drunkest. And I've seen this man. He got the shit kicked out of him just because he came to the club with a person that I guess the bouncers were familiar with and they did not like. Which, that's another story. I don't know what the guy did to get that way with those bouncers specifically, but to beat the shit out of someone you don't know or don't have a quarrel with, because he had never even been to that club.
Quarrel. I quarrel with you, sir. I don't agree. I don't agree at all, actually. I think that a lot of people overlook the whole fact of the matter. They look at, the police was so rough with this guy, but they didn't talk about how that guy was just the biggest jackass in the world and didn't respond to being told what to do. This is a police officer giving you a command. Okay, they obviously have a reason for doing their job. They're just doing their job.
This was specifically bouncers in a club. This wasn't police officers. I just said
bouncers can be a little temperamental. I mean, you don't have to have the most discipline to be a bouncer. I've seen some bouncers just fly off and beat the shit out of people.
I've been to places where bouncers are just hired off the street.
But at the same time, the bouncer is telling you need to leave, and somebody's going to argue back, no, I'm going to stay. First of all, if a bouncer tells you you're going to leave, you're leaving the bar. Right. You're leaving the club. You're not going to argue your way back in.
That I can't be the respect factor.
Oh, no, she's wrong. She's lying. You're not going to stay. Just go. Dude, you're either too drunk, or you misunderstood, or you're just not following what you need to do. And so you got to go. You got to get the fuck out.
And that's cool too, but like what happened, like in my uncle's case, my uncle specifically, the dude didn't drink that much. From what I understand, he didn't drink that much that night. And he did ask, why do I need to leave? And that's when fists started being blown. Like he immediately got.
With security, you don't have to be told why you're being told to leave. You have to leave.
Right, but why then? I guess what I'm getting at is why then? When does it become okay in that bouncer's mind to just start swinging on a person?
As soon as the person says, I'm not, as soon as they tell you, I'm not going to cooperate.
But when they tell you something, that's where I disagree. Like, I totally agree with what you were saying beforehand. And I respect your view on it because you're a bartender and you have to deal with that stuff all the time as a bartender, whether you're, right there with the security or not, you still have to be there for it. But if someone says something to you, whether they're drunk or not, and I guess this might just be the nice person in me, that's just them saying something. Why? It should never be okay to just put your hands on someone is what I'm getting at.
Well,
unless they physically threaten you, it should never be okay to just, I'm going to punch you in the face because you said something I didn't like.
I can't defend every security guard. I'm sure that there are good security guards and bad security guards. When I did security, I never wanted it to get physical. If I said you got to leave, I would reason with them as best I could. But if it gets to a point where you're like, listen, you're not hearing what I'm telling you. You need to leave now. Now, that dude's job is to protect the majority of people.
Right.
So sometimes if you have to push somebody out the door a little bit, you got to push somebody out the door a little bit.
I've been offered a couple jobs like that, and for that very reason, I had to say no, or I'll have to really think about it because the money always sounds good, but I'm just I don't want to have to be the person to make that decision because
the best security guards don't use force; they use their logic and wit to get somebody.
Right.
And the whole point is to get somebody to leave, but
right.
There's always going to be that person that it doesn't matter what you say, and after a while, you're going to say, listen, I can't argue with you anymore. You have to go. You have to go, or I have to make you go. I mean, you can't tell somebody they have to go and then let them stay.
Right.
That's an insecurity with your bar. That's a lack of security, and you've already told somebody you need to leave, and then you're going to let them stay. It's just bad form. Bad form, Peter.
It's no bueno for anyone.
So, once you tell somebody you have to leave, you have to commit to that. You can't be like, you have to leave. You need to leave the bar now, and then, okay, you can stay. Like, all right, this one time. It's like a kid, If you tell them now this is just my opinion on parenting, but like if we go to like a movie theater and my daughter's acting up, I'll give her a warning. You do it again, we're leaving. Mm-hmm. If she does it again, I don't care if I paid $30 for those tickets. We're leaving.
Right.
Because I'll pay $30 to instill that lesson in her.
Exactly.
That you need to do what I say, or this is a direct consequence.
Exactly.
And, people are like, well, how can you do that? I can't take that kind of stuff away from my kids. I just don't see that as beneficial to anybody to give in to your kids like that.
It's not necessarily like taking it away from your kids. It's teaching them when you deserve something, you get it. And when you don't deserve it, you don't get it. Even
right.
if it's like when you get older, if you have a job and you start slacking off, yeah, you got your job, but now you're showing that you're not a good worker and that you're not reliable, so you lost it. Sorry. That's just how it is. I wouldn't know about the parenting factor. I'm still not a parent. I'm a parent to 2 pups, and the worst I can do to them is damn them to their beds and hope they stay there.
I gotta be honest, I can't stand when people are like, I'm a puppy parent, or like, I got a fur baby. No, you don't. You don't have a kid. You don't understand. It's not the same.
No, well, hold on. No. I'm not going to say it's the same, but it's definitely a puppy parent, a cat parent. It's related.
No, it's a goddamn dog.
No.
It is just a dog.
It's not just a dog.
And this is where I get into a lot of issues with people, because that's my opinion on it. Like, it's just
not
a dog.
Okay, so for me, I don't have a kid. How old is your daughter?
11.
11. Okay. Did you have any pets before your daughter, living on your own, and that was your pet, your responsibility?
Because I was allergic to animals.
Okay, so
I had fish. No, I wasn't allowed to have fish before Des either.
So in a perspective of a person without a kid, I got my first dog when I was 15 from my grandmother in Chicago, and with her it was a lot easier because I was living with my mom. So my mom did a lot of the responsibility with the dog, and I was always in school. But when I was home from school and my mom was at work, it was, I couldn't go anywhere after school because the dog had to use the bathroom at certain times, and she ate at certain times. Still have the dog. Now
the dog goes outside.
Now, fast forward to me, I'm 17 years old, I have my own apartment. And I was visiting my father, and that's how I got my Shih Tzu. His friend's son's mother wasn't taking care of her, and I ended up inheriting this Shih Tzu. So now I'm living on my own. I had a boyfriend and a roommate at the time, but the roommate wanted nothing to do with the dog, and the boyfriend was, kind of all about it. But about 8 months later, roommate's gone, me and the boyfriend broke up, now it's just me in this apartment with this dog. I'm working.
It's like the reverse of a country song.
Yeah, right. So that was
my boyfriend left me, so I kept the dog.
But, right.
Like, that's a legit country song.
Impressed. I'm not going to be the old cat lady that's single. I'm going to be the old dog lady.
You're going to be the Shih Tzu owner.
I'm going to be the Shih Tzu owner. All the small dogs.
All the small dogs.
So he leaves, she leaves. Now I'm in this apartment by myself with this dog. I'm in school full-time, and I'm working part-time. Now I have absolutely no, this is why my very first apartment was cool, because everyone just kind of came to me. Right. And they would just hang out at my apartment, which was cool, but I had to stay home. It wasn't because I couldn't go out. It was because I could go out, but I didn't want to be a shitty dog owner. And there's piss and shit all over my apartment.
Why did you put the dog outside?
What? I was on a second-floor apartment, and there was no putting her outside. I could have put her on the
porch. So you
had
a dog in an apartment.
Right, so it's
okay,
like
that's a little different, I guess.
It's like having a kid. It is like having a kid. You can't
But it's not anything like having a kid.
It is.
You can leave a dog alone on its own for like 8 hours.
No,
You can't do that with a kid.
You cannot just.
You can't do that for 5 minutes with a kid.
You can't. If okay, so if you're okay with coming home and there being surprises on your floor everywhere,
No, all right. So
depending on the dog, because you also
But-
have to consider when you get this dog, you now have to train the dog. You have to get them on a schedule. You have to get them acclimated to where they're using the bathroom, what's okay, what's not okay, what room can you sit on the couch, can you get on the bed. Like, thankfully, my dogs they're living it up in my apartment. They can get on
but
anything.
that is like a
and-
very all right. So you're worried about can a dog get on a couch or can a dog get on a bed versus
No,
like
some
an
peop-
actual
some
kid
people
where
are.
you're like, hey, maybe don't eat poison because you're an idiot. You don't understand it.
There's that too, though. Like, again, me
I
in
don't see them
particular,
the same, even in the same ballpark.
I-
People are like, oh, I'm a puppy parent.
I can
No,
see that.
you
but
have a dog. If
There-
your
there will
dog
always
gets
be
hit by a
something
car,
you
you
can-
will be upset, but you will survive. Your
that's
kid
true,
gets
too.
hit by a car. That's a whole new level of like
I mean,
bad.
a kid can get hit by a car and die, but you will also survive. Like,
Right.
you
But
yourself
would you
will
equate
survive.
if your dog got hit by a car or your kid got hit by a car? Two
Oh my god!
different things altogether.
Like, very honestly, very seriously, my world would be crushed if either of them. Like, very.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
equally-
is, as a
equally-
non-parent, like I'm telling you, once they hand you a kid that's yours, oh my god, let me tell you, your whole world changes. That dog don't mean shit anymore.
I get that, but
It
I
does-
just couldn't.
There's just no
Especially
level.
if I had that dog, not for nothing, but if I had that dog, like my Chihuahua that my mom has. The
Mhm.
Chihuahua's always stayed with my mom, but that Chihuahua's been around. She just turned 12 on Saturday. I know it's coming soon. She has health issues. She's old. Chihuahuas usually don't live past 12, so I'm surprised she
Chihuahuas
made
get
it.
weird when they get old. They like start just
And she is getting weird. Like,
Ugly dog.
she used to hate other dogs and other people. She didn't like it. Even if she was in heat, didn't want to be around them. Now, like, even today, she was all near my dogs, and that was weird in itself. She won't stand next to another dog, no matter the size.
Let me time out real quick. If you're just tuning in, this is the Goon Squad Pubcast. It's a show we do once a week, every Tuesday. Usually we have Steven with us. He had to step out and do some
Take care of
adulting.
some business.
He's out with a shotgun and a baseball bat patrolling the neighborhoods, looking for justice. But there's usually three of us plus a guest, and today we're flying just Betsy and I. So
For now, the last 15 minutes or so.
yeah. So it's fun. Do this every Tuesday. The whole idea behind it is just to make you feel like you're out drinking a beer with people. There's nothing crazy exciting. We won't have any backflips or dancing girls.
We're broke this week, so we don't have the beer for you guys, but this one's for you. Cheers.
Eats lots of broccoli.
Eats a lots of broccoli.
Oh, do you? So I get a little weird about cheersing people because a lot of people cheers. So look,
The table thing?
yeah.
I
so
noticed
people
that
cheers,
with people too.
and
I
then
always
they hit
do
the
this.
table. But I don't like that. I feel like it's disrespectful
Why is that?
because all right. So when we cheers,
Okay.
this is like cheers. Now you're cheersing, and we've saluted to the cheers, and then you drink to the cheers.
Now, I was under that same impression too, but a few years ago, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Britter that told me this. It might have been someone, I think it was Britter. I'm pretty positive it was Britter. She had told me, when you do this is for all the people that can't have a beer with you. And something about it just stuck with me, and it just really stuck with me. I've done it every single time since. Even if everyone else doesn't do it, I always do it.
I'll default to whoever bought the drink. If you bought the drink and you do it, then I'll do it.
Okay.
But for me, I don't do it. I'm going to cheers you and then I'm going to drink because I feel like if we cheers and then we hit the table, that's like letting down your cheers. You're like starting a new page. So you cheersed and was like, okay, cheers. That cheers is done.
Now, if I do watch people, and I've noticed people that they try to do the same thing, but they're either too drunk or too into a conversation that they just forget about it. And I'll be like, bro, really? What? You didn't finish your cheers? Oh, yeah. And I'll point that out to people. But
Oh, I hate that. If you're
will
gonna
put
cheers,
that.
you better drink that drink.
Yeah.
Every single time. I don't even care if we're joking around. I'm like, ha 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 ha, 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 ha. Cheers. You better drink that drink. It's right up there with people that play drinking games. Now, obviously, as adults now, we don't play drinking games quite as much. But back in the day, if you were playing a drinking game and you had to drink, people that would be like, no, I don't want to drink. Get the fuck out. Stop playing drinking games then. You are terrible. You came to drink. You got told to drink. You should
You
drink
know
your
what my
beer.
thing is? And Britter, I'm sorry because I know you're totally into the drinking games, and I feel bad because anytime me and her hang out, she's always like, let's play a game, or let's invite people over and we can play this game. And I'm just like, I'm not a game player when I'm drinking. I can't focus on the game. And depending on who the crowd is playing the game, depending on the game as well, I can't get into the game with those people. So I'm just always immediately like, no, I don't really want to play this game. I'm good.
We never left, Mom. Steve left.
stayed.
We let Steve go, and he gave me the headphones. Nice.
He's the big boy now.
I'm a real boy. I love that. What is it? Say you're wearing ladies' underwear. I'm wearing ladies' underwear. Nothing happened. Well, that's weird. Are you wearing ladies' underwear? No. I just Shrek.
Yes, the
I
gingerbread
love
man.
Shrek.
That's great. No, not the gingerbread man, the Pinocchio dude. The wooden boy.
Shouts out to Dana, Erica, Tariq, and Nicole. Thank you for joining us or joining in.
And Raphael. Hello.
And Raphael.
Hello, Raphael.
Nicole, if you could let me know when you're coming home, that would be fantastic. There's some things that need to be done, and I don't want to die.
Things need to be taken care of.
So Nicole went on vacation. Her and her boyfriend and the dog and the child.
Oh.
So I'm home alone.
See, the dog is like a child. That's why he went on vacation.
No, they took the dog on vacation because I'm irresponsible and I could care less about taking care of a dog.
I'm joking.
She's got it. Like she had to be like, should we leave the dog home with Dave? And no, we'll take it.
If she's watching, I want her to comment and let us know. Hello, Peggy. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Peggy.
I'm pretty sure Mo is right next to you if you're watching. So hello,
Mo Bennett.
Uncle Mo.
I had a cousin named Mo who lived in Canada, and he came down here one time, just one. No, I'm sure he was here more than once. But he was down here, and he took a flight home, and he got on an airplane to fly home. And my aunt told me we were out back, and she's like, "That's the plane that your cousin Mo's on." Mm-hmm. And then
How do you know that?
Right. So until I was like 10, 11, Mo was on every single plane that went across the sky. Because I just didn't understand. Like, I just thought Mo lived on an airplane now.
So was he like a flight attendant or something?
No, he got on the plane and he was done that day.
Oh,
But in my mind,
time.
as a kid, I would just, every time I saw a plane, I'd be like, "Hi, Mo!"
I was wondering, so what, I wonder, I wish I have like 2 friends on my list that are
Real?
flight attendants. Is that what their title is?
Yeah.
You just think people who go up and down the aisles?
Yeah, those are flight attendants.
How do you get that job?
You apply.
Do you need experience of any sort or schooling? Like what?
I don't think you need any schooling.
I always wondered because like I have
There's probably some
the
training.
2 friends specifically I'm thinking of, it seems like they live very nice lives.
Well,
and
I mean, you think about it. You don't have to. Well, I can't speak for the job, but I mean, your job, you get paid to fly around the country,
right.
and then you get.
And it wouldn't really help if, not to go back on it again, but if you have pets like me, I have dogs, it probably wouldn't be great if I'm flying around the country all the
Yeah,
time.
you probably can't be
But
a
it does
flight
sound
attendant
so
and have
cool.
a puppy.
They
Without
pay for like your
backyard.
hotels and oh my god, that would be great.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I had a lot of fun doing jet fueling, but I don't know if I would necessarily want to be on a plane every day, all day. I mean, I'm claustrophobic to begin with, but
My cousin's a TSA agent, so I guess you're right. That I know you have to like kind of
there's a little bit of training with that.
certifications. Yeah, certifications and training with that. But I'm good. Yeah, no, with all the shit that happens at airports specifically, I don't want to be at the airport. But on the plane, I don't mind. Like, I don't ever mind the turbulence or anything like that. So, whereas I can sit on a plane and hear someone 5 rows back on the opposite side, like, freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, if you don't stop, my anxiety is going to go through the roof with you.
My first time flying was from Arizona to LAX, and it's really not that big of a flight. It's like a little hopper jump, and it was a little tiny plane, and I'd never been on a plane before, and I was terrified. And the guy, luckily the guy that I was flying with was like, listen, I fly all the time. This is no big deal. And I was like, this is my first time. And he's like, oh, all right. A Virgin flyer. Very cool. And, like, he was, like, this type of guy who he did – we were talking a bit. He did sound engineering for major touring bands. And these bands – he did such a good job that these bands were flying him all around the world. So he was going to Japan to set up a big light show or something. And he was one of these guys who, like – had a dress shirt and jeans and, like, really expensive shoes and, like, sunglasses, but was, like, your best friend. And he's just, like, slouched back and he's reading, like, Sky Mall and, you know, no big deal to him. And I'm, like, freaking out. I'm like, oh, my God. Okay, what are we doing now? What's happening now? And he's like, the plane's just taxiing, man. Like, imagine Matthew McConaughey is the guy sitting next to me, just not caring, casually, like, just scrolling through things. And he's like, I don't know, man, we're just taxiing right now. There's nothing to be worried about. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And he's like, they're just moving the plane. And then, like, the plane would come on, and he'd be like, but then he got used to me, like, asking questions, so he would just answer as we went along. He's like, all right, now we're approaching the runway, and what's going to happen is the pilot's going to be like, tower, I want to take off. And they're going to be like, all right, airplane, go ahead and take off. And then we got on the runway, and I was like, okay, so what's just going to happen? We're going to go really fast. And he's like, man, you don't even know we're driving. He's like, it's just going to look like the ground's just going to float away. And I was like, that's impossible. That's the other way around. And he's like, listen, man, I'm just telling you what's going to happen. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm freaking out. We start going, and, like, the ground starts moving around. I'm like, man, we're going real fast. And he's like, you're in an airplane, dude. Okay. And then he was right. Like, it was like a little bump, and then all of a sudden the ground was gone. And I was like, oh, what's happening? He's like, oh, man, we're flying now. And I'm like, there's no way we're flying. I could jump from here and land on the ground. And he's like, yeah, you can't say that in about 10 minutes.
The very first flight I ever went on, I was going to Puerto Rico, and the flight there was not bad at all, but the flight back was terrible. The flight back, I was scared as hell. My little cousin, who was my translator in Puerto Rico for, like, the 3 months that I stayed, she was with me, but she was, like, 12. I think I was 16 or 17 when I graduated. That was, like, my graduation gift from my parents. Like, oh, here's a ticket to Puerto Rico. Let us know when you want to come back so we can buy you a ticket back. And I'm like, oh, they're getting rid of me forever. It's a wrap. Like, I'm in Puerto Rico now. But, got there, stayed 3 months, and on the way back, I picked a horrible day, apparently. It was thunderstorms, but they didn't cancel any of the flights, so they just went right through the fucking clouds. Horrible.
When you go somewhere for 3 months, does it feel like you moved there, right? Like, you're essentially living there.
I guess you can say that. I have said that to people before. I lived in Puerto Rico for a few months, and I did live in Puerto Rico for a few months.
I mean...
But when you're younger, I guess it doesn't really feel like that, because sometimes your parents, like, send you away for summer, and it's not like you didn't live at summer camp.
Right.
So
in Puerto Rico, you're used to... So is it weird because you're used to, like, a very American life, very, like... I guess at that age, there's not, like, a ton of things. It's not like, you know, the life that we live now. But
I mean, a lot of things weren't very different when I was there. If anything, I would say, like, it was just more weird because I was waiting for, like, the everyday routine to just happen again. You know, wake up, help my aunt or my mom around the house, and go about doing whatever it is, wash the clothes and run errands, whatever. But for 3 months, it was just wake up early in the morning, look around outside, go see if Grandpa woke up. Okay, he's in the kitchen reading his newspaper and eating his breakfast. Grandma's drinking her coffee on the porch, and at that point, you just wait a few hours and ask, "Hey, what are we doing today?"
I know it's Puerto Rico and it's not, but does it feel like you're in like another country? Does it feel like you're kind of like in a third world country or like?
Not for nothing. I wouldn't say a third world country, but it did feel like I was in a different country, specifically with them because they lived in a mountain at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the mountain was cool because it's far the hell away from everybody. Like they were at the top of the mountain at that. So we were on the mountain, and if we did want to go anywhere, we had to go all the way down. It took about 25 minutes just to get down the mountain.
Dirt road or like pavement?
Dirt roads about as wide as these tables. Well, maybe a little. Like,
and they've got like poisonous
animals
animals and stuff there, right?
They have snakes out there that can attack you. Iguanas will attack you. I don't think anything else would really attack you. I'm pretty sure there wasn't alligators or anything like that. But
when I was in Arizona, there was this abandoned car.
Uh-huh.
And it was, so we went to the Navajo reservation because my neighbor was from the reservation.
Uh-huh.
And we really got along really well because, my history with being Native American. So we had, I've never lived on the reservation, but, I've been there.
Uh-huh.
So I've got a little bit more experience than the average person. So she was really interested in some of the experiences I'd had. And after a while of being there, she's like, "Do you want to come back to our reservation with me for a weekend?"
No.
And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. Because I'm all about experience. Like, you give me a chance to do something, to live an experience, I'm going to take it.
Right.
And so we went to the northern part of Arizona, right by the Grand Canyon, and right onto the Navajo reservation. And she's, taking me, we're driving through all this area, and I'm like, where exactly are we? She's like, oh, we're at the Navajo reservation part of the Grand Canyon.
Uh-huh.
So like you have to be like, I guess the area we were in, you have to be Navajo to actually get there because you have to go through like Navajo land. I guess I don't know. I don't see how they could really stop you. I mean, it's not like we went through any checkpoints or anything, but
Right.
Maybe it's just more of like a respect thing. I don't know. Either way, there's this old abandoned car, and it was a Gremlin. It was a baby blue Gremlin. No wheels, no windshields, no glass, just the frame and like the broken glass inside the car. And I saw this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get inside of that and take a picture. The doors don't open, so I had to like crawl into the window. And I'm so dumb because being in New York, I don't think about poisonous snakes or like black widows or
Right. You got to think about those things in different states.
Any
just
of those
the states, not even other countries.
Yeah. And I fully jumped in this thing and like went through like a 20-minute photo op of me. Like, there could have been rattlesnakes in there. There could have been anything in that stupid car. It's in the middle of the desert, and I'm sure it's a place to hide. And I sat in that car like an idiot. I had no clue. I didn't encounter
I thought you were going to say something popped up.
But like even if I got bit by something that was poisonous, I would have died. Like I didn't even. The thing is, like I didn't even think about it. I just jumped in there and I was like, "Take the pictures. This is great. I can't."
Well, that brings me right to the perfect segue. So Steve said segue earlier. Now I can't get the word out of my mind. Segue. So the very first time I visited my mother in Florida. They were living in a condominium, really nice condominium at that, and each condominium, there was like 5 of them in a circle.
Wait, time out. Where was that other laptop? Did he take that?
Yes, he did take it. I saw him close it up and bring it with him.
Is there an extension cord in there?
No extension cord.
Oh. Can you grab my bag?
Your bag?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead with your story.
Shot of my ass. You're welcome.
Timestamp.
No, I just wanted my fiance. I actually
So either way, very first vacation I took to Florida to see my mom, and they had a condominium in a really nice. It was like a retirement community type place, and there was 5 buildings in a circle. Each building got their own pool, and each building had, I think it was 4 condominiums. Really big, really nice. So
Condominium.
I wanted to go swimming one day. Well, the first day that I was there. And she goes, okay, no problem, whatever, fine. We go swimming, and I meet the neighbors because there was like one condominium was empty. The 2 upstairs neighbors still lived there. One of them was a really old lady downstairs lived by herself, and she didn't swim or anything like that. She just kind of stayed in her apartment, whatever. Then there was one empty one, and then another couple that had their little noodles and toys for the pool and everything. And they were like, oh, well, if you guys want to use the pool noodles, you're more than welcome to. So my mom throws the pool noodles in. It's just trying to lay on it almost like a bed in the water.
Right.
But one of the noodles kept popping from underneath her knees. So I start swimming over to try and get it underneath her so she can lay on them. And as soon as I got like maybe 3-4 feet, as far as we are from each other right now, I noticed a spider crawling out of the hole of the noodle because they have the holes in them.
Oh my God.
But it's not like, because everyone's told me the spiders, the bugs, anything down south, they're a lot bigger than what you see up north. So this is my first time in Florida, and at this point I'd been there maybe 12 hours. I got there at night, didn't see any big bugs or anything, so I'm like, okay, there's no big bugs. This spider came out of the hole, babe, and it was like that big.
It came out and asked you what it was doing?
It was like this big. I'm not even lying to you. It came out, and it just like stopped. I'm thinking the water got in the hole, and it scared him out.
Right.
So it came out, and it's sitting on the edge right next to my mom's leg, and like I stopped, start swimming back, and I'm like, Mom, please don't freak out. She like looked down, saw its leg. Never seen my mom move that fast in my life. Underneath the water and on the other side of the pool, out in like 30 seconds, gone. It was huge, terrible. I would never, ever again.
When I was in Arizona, I was at my then girlfriend's house, and I was playing some video game, and I had the TV was like from here to the bar over there, and I had my feet on a coffee table. It was like just like a regular Saturday. Like we weren't doing anything. She was reading a book and I was playing a game. It was no big deal. And she, for no reason, just jumps behind the couch, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, lady?" And she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you." And I was like, "I haven't even done anything yet." She's like, "No, there's a fiddleback right by your feet." And I'm like,
"There's a fiddleback."
That's exactly what I said. It turns out it's the second deadliest spider in the world.
Oh no, nope.
They're like this big, and they're like a brown spider with like a white stripe on its back, and it looks like a fiddle. They call it a fiddleback because it looks like a white fiddle on its back.
No.
And this thing just like they're jumpers.
So like wolf spiders.
Yeah, except more deadly and less intimidating. Wolf spiders I don't like them at all. Like
they're really fucking freaky looking.
They skeeve me out every time.
Furry bitches, get them out of here.
So, like, I didn't know anything about poisonous spiders, so I took my shoe off and I was like, I just cheesed it on the coffee table like it was no big deal. She's like, because she didn't tell me it was like, she's like, there's a spider on the table next to you. You need to get away from it.
Right.
And I was like, it's a fucking spider. And she's like, that was a fiddleback, the second deadliest spider in the world. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? You can't just let that happen like that.
I put my foot on the table like fucking Captain Morgan, and yes, it was.
I killed the second deadliest spider in the world without a gun.
I'm going to run to the bathroom because I suck. So
when you do that, can you go out to my car and grab the green charger?
Your what charger?
The green cord?
Yes.
All right. So a minute to myself to just talk to you guys. Hello. I'd like to talk to you specifically. I'm just kidding. So, perfect. It's not, very hard to just carry a show by yourself. And my phone died, so I've got no comments. Hello, Brian and Joe Perry and everybody else that's joined that I can't see. So this is the Goon Squad podcast. It's a podcast we do every Tuesday from random bars just to do it, I guess. So it started off, we were just sitting at a bar, and the three of us, it's just me now, but there's usually three of us. And it started off with one person being like, oh, I should record this. I said it. We should record this. And so we started with a cell phone, and we got a bunch of viewers, and then we were kind of buzzed on it, and we were like, oh, we should actually like tell people we're going to do this. So then we started announcing we're doing shows, and then we got twice the amount of viewers, and we decided, well, we can do this a little bit better, and then we brought in some basic equipment, some laptops, and then the following week we picked up microphones, and then a mixer, and then a new camera, and so it's something that we've been building for a while. Mm-hmm. You'll see it. It's right when you open the door. It's right there. Unless you got a charger. Oh yeah. There's that charger right there, but there's no plug for it. Oh, unless that reaches over here. Well, I guess you could just plug my phone in. Doesn't really matter. Oh, hi, Wendy. And it's not just you, Dana. There's other people. We got lots of people. So then we got all the equipment, and here we are doing real broadcasts with microphones and headphones and kind of being legit about it.
I'm sorry, Wendy, that I missed the party. I actually told Dave like a few days ago that I woke up like on Tuesday and thought to myself, oh shit, there was a party. And he's like, yeah, there was. And I'm like, I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry. You both reminded me about it, and I still forgot. Here, you can look at that while I look at that.
You can look at that while I look at that. Can you see that?
You look at this while I look at that.
A little bit of this,
a little bit of that. You can look at this, but I'm going to look at that.
Oh, I thought you can go with this or you can go with that.
Yeah, no, I just fixed it up.
That was the
to fit the
best music video ever, by the way. Maybe second best, because Sledgehammer by Phil Collins, always going to be my favorite music video. Always. Sledgehammer, and they got like the turkeys, and forget about it. Stop animation.
Just forget about it.
Have you seen that video?
It's already 12:17.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is.
How far in are we?
It may or may not be showing the right time. If it says, yeah, no, hold on.
Hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, again. Hour and 36 minutes.
Well, we could probably go through the wrap-up phase. I mean, it's just us, so it's just us, Dana and Wendy, and Kelly and Byron.
My allergies are going nuts today. First, Dave's were last week or the other week. Last week, you guys.
My allergies?
Your allergies last week or the week before.
They were pretty rough.
Now it's mine. It's coming out of nowhere though.
Oh, it's a really cute sneeze you got there, kiddo.
Thank you. Usually I jump off the ground, but I'm not standing.
I sneeze 7 times in a row, almost every time. That's like, and it doesn't even sound like a regular sneeze. It sounds like my face is exploding.
Ouch! Bless me. Okay.
We're drinking Blue Light right now.
I am not.
Well, we're almost done.
Oh God, I need to go for a run or several. I have to sneeze again. Fuck.
I need to go for a run. Run to the border, bung. Taco Bell jokes make myself laugh. You shoot the camera.
I can do that sometimes.
I don't like to brag, but you got this?
Mm-hmm.
You want to end the show?
I have an itchy throat suddenly. Hi guys, I'm having an allergic reaction.
Hi Lisa.
God knows what.
Thanks for joining us, as always.
And we will be back next week for sure. I can't say I'm familiar with the song. I'm gonna have to look this up later.
Step by step?
Step by step, no.
That's New Kids on the Block.
Nope, I know this one. I know like 2 songs by New Kids on the Block.
How do you not know Step by Step? It was like the first like popular song. It's just funny that they're on it. We were talking about them earlier.
When was it?
NKTOTB.
92 when I was 2.
That's no excuse. You should know Step by Step.
I suppose you're right. I know songs from like the 70s.
This will be the song that gets flagged in our background.
It's going to be taken down right away.
Can't see you guys that much. Like you can't watch us or you can't see us?
Steve messaged me.
You can't see me? Yeah, he messaged me too.
I'm okay.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Well, guys, this is week 17. We're going to wrap up because I am having allergy issues and it's late and Steven is gone, but he will be back with us next week on Tuesday.
Gone, but
Wait,
not
no, we
forgotten.
said we were going to do this again Thursday.
Maybe a Thursday show.
Maybe a Thursday show this week. We will keep you posted for
If we
sure.
get some comments, maybe. People
Hopefully Thursday we can get more comments. Maybe tomorrow we will all have a nice long
My
talk.
mom said, you need to have more viewer participation. And I was like, yeah, I'm all for that, Mom, but we need
Thanks,
to get
Mom.
people to talk. I talk a lot about my mom. It sounds like I'm the biggest mama's boy in the world. My mom said she was watching, and
There's nothing wrong with
you know, if you're not close with your mom, that's on you. I don't care.
it. Exactly.
I'm not. No shame.
I'm a mama's girl. I'm a mama's girl and a daddy's girl. What up?
I think I'm probably definitely a daddy's boy.
Really? More daddy's boy than mama's boy?
I don't know if I can say that. I think that both my relationship with my parents is pretty good.
Yeah, it'd be really hard for me to tell. I'm equally. My parents give a lot of a shit about me. They definitely both became contortionists when they became my parents.
What?
I said both of my parents definitely became contortionists when they became a parent. Like, I don't know who I would be more of a girl to, more of a mama's girl or a daddy's girl, because they both just like really bust their ass to make me happy at all
What does
times.
contortionist mean?
Okay, what?
I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying right.
So the best way to say it is, you know, like the Ring movie, the chick who like goes backwards and up and down, and her
Yeah.
body's all weird. They bend over backwards.
They contort themselves.
They really fucking. Like,
That's what you're trying to say.
yes.
Okay. I was like, I think I understand what you mean, but I'm not sure if I'm following.
They bend over backwards to make sure that I'm happy. Essentially, is what I mean.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
I think that both my parents support me in different ways, and they do the best they can.
Yes. That's why I could never
I'm
like.
a very emotional little girl inside. It's
Not an emotional girl.
It's not an easy thing to be.
You're a grown man that's in touch with his emotional side, and there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, there needs to be more men like that, because I'm really tired of seeing men that try to play it like they're so hard, and like nothing can affect them, nothing can bother them, nothing can break them, and there's nothing wrong with anything breaking you. Like I hope to God nothing does break you, but
I don't know if I'm
doesn't
super
make you
emotional,
any-
but I feel like I'm definitely more emotional than most men. But I mean, on the same hand, I'm way more apt to talk about it. Like I'm a talker. I'm going to talk.
right,
I will tell you exactly what's on my mind at any given time,
right,
without feeling bad about it. Like I don't have to be like, oh, I don't know how to tell you that I don't like the situation, or
right.
I don't know the words to say to tell you that I do like you, or anything like that.
Right.
I'm usually pretty smooth with my words. It's very, very, very few and far between that I don't know what to say to somebody.
Right.
I love words, and I love that there's a word for everything to describe exactly what you're feeling. The problem is when you know how to use them all correctly and you do a good job. You sound like a dork.
Yeah. And other people don't know how to respond in return. And it's
Right.
like, oh, okay, now I feel silly for even telling you how I felt.
But the problem is, I mean, with romancing the idea of words so much, when I really want to explain myself to somebody, I really put thought into what I'm saying.
Right.
And I really like do the best I can to find the right words. And then I like, after thinking it out and putting it all together, I lay it out like, blah, that's how I'm feeling. And it's just so well worded and thought out. And every idea is I try to explain it to the best of my ability. that it's almost overwhelming, I think, to some people because they don't really know how to respond to that level of like thought into each word.
Right.
Because I'm really like when I'm getting emotional about something and I'm trying to explain it to people, I'm really trying to find the right words at the exact right word at the exact right time to drive the point across.
Silly to them.
Well, it's just I want to really convey what it is that I'm feeling or thinking.
Right.
And I feel like the best way to do that is to, put together the best string of words. And so when you get hit with that, though, on the other end of the other side of the table, I feel like it's very overwhelming. And then I get frustrated because people don't want to talk back to me, and they're like, I don't even know what to say to that. I'm like,
right.
You can say anything you want. That's the beauty of words.
Just say something. Let me know you were listening to me.
Right. Typical Leo.
Right. People just like
for sure
stare at you and just look down. Yeah. Okay. I get you. I feel you.
Wendy says, say what you mean what you say, don't be mean about it. Make it personal, don't take it personal.
Oh, it's not popping up there yet.
It's the number one rule of
Strange.
That's the number one rule for call centers. Make it personal, don't take it personal.
I hated working at a call center.
I didn't mind it. But
hated it.
Like when I first started Activision, we didn't have a whole lot of customers calling. So we could play like 4 hours of video games between calls. And then I started doing overnights. I would work, and I would like half be awake on the floor, and then my lunch period would come, and I would just go sleep in the break room.
Right. See, that's the job that I wanted in the call center.
Activision was weird, though. They didn't have we had a break room, but we also had a game lab. And the game lab had big leather couches. And
I remember that.
3 or 4 in the morning, nobody's going into that office. So I would go in there and shut all the lights off and sleep on the leather couch for a half hour. And I figured it out. There's a science to it. If you sleep too long, you wake up and you're tired. And if you sleep too little, there's no point. You just wasted your time.
Right.
You have to sleep for 20 minutes. Well, for me, I have to sleep for 20 minutes solid, and I'll be fine. I wake up and I'm like, it's a whole new day. Let's go get it. It's so funny that like a 20-minute nap would totally recharge the whole battery.
See, for me, no, I need like 5 to 6 hours. when I'm down for the count. It's done.
I really don't sleep that much. Like I do sleep, but not as much as like I think regular people do.
Weird. Yeah, no, I'm a sleeper. I have to sleep.
I think a lot of people make fun of me. Like a lot of people that know me are like, dude, are you ever gonna sleep? And I'm like,
nah, I'm just gonna keep working.
I'm gonna just keep doing this until I pass out. I don't like some people. I don't understand. Some people like can do it. They can just. It's 10 o'clock. I need to lay down and go to sleep. And they go to their room. They get into their bed and they put their head down and go to sleep. I can't do it. I can't. I just I lay there and I'm like, this isn't working. I'm not asleep yet. I get so impatient.
Yeah, I'm not like that either. Unless I'm like extremely tired. I have to really. I was that tired like last weekend. I came home from work and I think I chilled for a minute. I played a game on my phone. I smoked, and then I took a shower. When I took a shower, my roommate took the dog out for a walk, and he left for like 20, 30 minutes. But by the time he came back, and I don't even remember, I was so tired that when I got out of the shower, I don't even remember getting out of the shower. I just got out of the shower, I guess, put my towel on, and went to the room and just passed out.
It's like
he comes home and he was looking for me. Like, what are you doing? Comes in the room and he's just like, "Hey, wake up." Wasn't having it. I stayed asleep. So maybe 20, 30 minutes later, he says, my mom knocked on the door to ask her something and see if I was up. So he woke me up again. Hey, mom's at the door. Came to the door. I'm out for the count, Mom. She goes, okay. So I went right back to the bed. Same thing, just passed right back out with the towel. No motivation to get dressed at all. I was just like, nope.
Zero fucks given.
Tired. I'm sleepy. I can't.
She's been beat. Well,
This is terrible.
I guess it's about that time, yeah? Started a little late. I guess we'll end a little early.
That's okay. We will be
we're not
back
really
hopefully
ending early.
Thursday. Hopefully Thursday. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe we'll get a guest Thursday.
Maybe. We'll have to talk about this tomorrow for sure.
Living crazy life.
We'll have this a little more planned out for Thursday, and if not Thursday, definitely next Tuesday.
If you are not a fan of the Goon Squad Pubcast, we have our own Facebook group. You just have to search Goon Squad Pubcast, and we'll be there like your best friends. We monitor that page, the three of us. So, like, you put something in there, we all three see it.
We do.
So,
I have to sneeze again. I'm sorry.
if you guys have any thoughts or comments for next week's show or the Thursday show, I think we're pretty solid. We're going to do a Thursday show. So if you have ideas, comments, anything you want to say, anything you want us to cover, please feel free to do that. Let us know. We'll do that. Yeah, that's it.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I keep sneezing on you, and I don't want you to keep hearing my loud ass.
Well, for the Goon Squad Pubcast in Week 9, as always, I'd like to say eat a lot of broccoli and be nice to each other.
Treat everyone as though you want to be treated.
Tree Tad.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.